What's up, guys? I'm Blue.
I'm Ainsley.
And we are
Scream Queenie.
And so today, in the next few episodes, we are going to be reviewing a series of movies that has just recently premiered on Netflix. These movies were requested by someone online, Samantha Fuller, aka Betty Whiteo. I believe she's from Michigan. And she wanted us to review these films. The first in the series of these films that we have watched is Fear Street 1994. And the story. Take it away, madam.
The story, as the title suggests, starts in 1994 in a small town called Shadyside that is supposed to be cursed by a witch. Starts out in a bookstore in a mall. People get killed.
V. Dalton. That was amazing. But took me back to the good old days of going to the bookstore at the mall.
I miss the 90s.
I do too. I miss the 90s. I don't miss some of the things from the 90s, but I do miss the 90s. Like, I don't miss myself.
90s nostalgia.
Nostalgia?
Nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
Every few years, someone apparently goes crazy and kills a bunch of people. They blame it on the witch that's supposed to have cursed the town. One of the characters' blood touches the bones of the witch, and the witch comes after him, or comes after her specifically.
Yes.
You said that like you were disappointed.
Well, so
technically, yes.
Well, all right. So first off, I did want to mention that the director of this film is Leigh Janiak. It stars Kiana Madeira, Olivia Scott Welch, Benjamin Flores Jr., Julia Rawald, and Fred Hessinger. And so those were the main people that we saw most of the time. The thing that I was gonna say, and the reason that I sighed, is because I loved the first scene and the last scene of this movie, like the beginning and the end of the movie. Well, it was not bad, but this is what the reason that I sighed, okay, is because I really enjoyed so part of the movie is that the witch, every so often, I guess it's whoever touches her bones.
Well, I think it's blood has to.
But whoever's blood touches the bones or whatever.
I did that because she had a nosebleed, not because
your face is bloody.
Yeah.
So I really, really enjoyed the lore that was involved with that. Like, I enjoyed that, like, there were other killers and these different killers and things. I wish I could have saw more of them, and I'm assuming, like, within the future films that we're going to see some more of those. So that's the only reason because I'm actually in anticipation. So that was more, not really as much disappointment that I didn't get more in this movie, but also anticipation that, like, I'm ready to watch the other ones because I want to see, just from some of the previews, like at the end of this one that we saw for the next one, that we're going to probably get some more from. Like, we'll get some more in the mythology and the lore and all of that stuff that's involved with these other killers, not just the little bit that we got for the witch in this one. It was definitely a slasher film, right? I mean, that's what you would consider it, and then it turns into something a little more supernatural.
It was more Scream-esque top slasher.
Yeah, but it turned into a little more supernatural at the end too, and that's not something that you really get from the Scream movies. The acting in this was, I felt like, appropriate for the movie. I mean, like,
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was very appropriate for the movie.
Music was awesome.
It was, but I was going to comment that I know at least 2 songs that I heard in there that weren't released yet in 1994. The Garbage song, I'm only happy when it rains.
I was 8 and 9 in 1994, so.
Well, I'm just saying, those songs weren't released yet. But yes, the soundtrack, the music was really good. We had talked a little while ago with a couple of our friends from Macabre Matinee, and they were saying, kind of commenting on it. No spoil. They didn't give us any spoilers. We've been avoiding spoilers on this for a while because we knew we were probably going to be doing it soon. But they said that the soundtrack was really good, and I would have to agree, it was very, very good. I mean, like, if you're looking for scary, I don't think this was necessarily scary. There was some of it that I felt was more geared toward like a teenager or young adult type feel with it.
I think it's because the characters were
teenagers. Yeah. But man, when the first 20 minutes of this movie and the last 25 to 30 minutes of the movie, I would say the last 25 to 30 minutes, the gore in the last 25 to 30 minutes
was amazing.
Not that I was happy about the people that it happened to. Don't get attached to any of the characters in this film. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know that.
I grew up on R.L. Stine books, specifically Fear Street, and I'd forgotten that someone always dies.
Well,
always.
There were multiple people. The movie was left open-ended.
They wait till you get attached to them, and then they off them.
At one point, I thought it was really cool how the main character is walking through the high school, and each person that she comes to, a different song starts playing to kind of give you the feel or the mood for that person, I guess. I thought that was very, very clever, and as a device for them to use with the music and to use the music in that way. What did you like about the film?
I liked pretty much everything. I thought it had its fun moments, its funny moments, had suspense, although in kind of a mini way. It's mini suspense.
There was one of the goriest scenes that I've seen in a while, though.
You talking about the meat slice?
Yes. And it was unexpected. I'm oh, they're not gonna do it. It was so unexpected when it happened.
No, she's gonna get out of it. She's
no,
she
does
doesn't.
not. There were two. I guess they were supposed to be kind of minor characters, but to me, they were probably two of my favorite characters, which were Simon and Katie in the or is there a Kate? Sorry, Simon and Kate in the movie. I felt like that they were probably my favorite part. Also, Dina's little brother Josh was he was prominent in the movie, but I think in obviously the main story was between Dina and Sam, her girlfriend, and so I felt like they did a pretty good job, but in some ways I also felt like maybe the supporting characters kind of outshined them a little bit, because I felt like I was more involved with them than I was
because they're the funny ones. They're the ones that get the laugh.
The in-between part, sometimes I thought, I don't want to say that they drug a little, but about the time that I felt like it was going to lose me for some reason, something would happen or something funny would happen. So it did a good job to draw me back in if it started to lose me for a second. There was a couple of parts where it did start to lose me in there, where I'm well, I don't know. And then at the end of it, it pulled it all back together, and now I'm just itching to get to the next one, because I just thought that they did a good job at the end of doing that thing that some horror films do really well and some don't do really well, which is to kind of do a little cliffhanger at the end. I'm very happy that we're not going to have to wait years or months or something like that to watch it. We can actually watch it right now because they're all currently out on Netflix. I'll give this thing 4 screams for me, I think.
I concur, I'd give it 4.
Great acting, great soundtrack, great characters, great plot to the story that gets deeper and deeper as you go into the film. I like a fair bit of gore in my slasher films, slash supernatural films, but definitely in my slasher films. And I say this had a good amount of gore for me. Would you like to say anything else about the film?
Just like you said, itching to get to the next one.
All right. Well, so I think that's what we're going to do is get to the next one, and we'll have it on the next episode for you guys. As always, subscribe, like,
share.
Yes. I'm Luke,
I'm Ainsley.
and we are.
Scream Queenie.
We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.